In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
I am Rachel Ruth Tate, and this is Text Astrology. Hello and good day to everybody out there. Rachel Ruth here, and welcome to the Text Astrology podcast. In this episode of the show, we are talking about the new moon in Libra happening on Sunday, September 25th. At 4:55 p.m. Central Standard Time at 2 degrees of Libra. Now, Libra is the seventh sign in the zodiac, our cardinal air sign ruled by Venus, the lesser benefic, the personal planet of beauty, love, and pleasure, and represented by the scales. It is Venus's second home sign, Libra being the yang to Taurus's Venusian yin. For Libra, think Venus stuff expressed, air element outward. Taurus is your Venus stuff experienced, earth element inward. But back to this new moon in Libra. What does it mean to express Venus as Libra does? For more insight, let's drill down on the essence of Libra and speak to its other rulers and major influences. First, let's go to Saturn, our social malefic planet of longevity and gravity, the exaltation ruler of Libra, and one of its triplicity rulers. Who are the other two triplicity rulers? Why, Jupiter, the greater benefic of expansion and social prosperity, and Mercury, the personal messenger planet of communication and creativity. So, to bring it together, the ideal of love, beauty, and pleasure, Venus, is expressed through balance and virtue, kindness and generosity, and communication and art, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. This new moon in Libra will certainly bring up and refine these topics, our fundamental ideas about the very nature of the giving and receiving of love and how it is at work in our lives. It is an imperative thing to contemplate how we love and feel loved. That pleasure is not just a nice thing to have or an arbitrary goal. That good feeling created in union, Libra, is 100% physically necessary for a human being to thrive. Friendly chat or loving contact releases oxytocin and dopamine. It lowers blood pressure and heart rate. It's really good for people, and there are limited numbers of ways to get those benefits. Actually, the first part of the sign of Libra, the first decan or 10 degrees within which this moon happens, is actually ruled by the moon itself. It reminds us that the expression of love is a physical bodily good. To express love is a biological imperative and physiological, psychological best practice. It's also a social good, that positive feeling created by loving expression or Libra stuff. It's the glue that holds society together. We can reflect upon that. And that's exactly what we will be doing this new moon. Reflecting on how we do love, art, relationships, creativity. Venus is ruling the moon this lunation, the new moon there in Libra, and Venus ruling from her own sign of fall, Virgo, which is ruled by a retrograde Mercury. That's a bit mixed up. There are some potential perils here. We may find ourselves unusually critical in love with Venus in Virgo, impossibly high standards perhaps, underappreciated acts of service, interruptions that ruin the whole mood, miscommunication that gets out of hand. Every lover has their bad habits, trauma, and kinks. But never fear. This moon's planetary ruler, Venus, will meet up with her retrograde ruler, Mercury, in Virgo less than 24 hours after the moon is new, a Mercury Cazimi. And then she will enter her glorious kingdom of Libra and oppose a retrograde Jupiter a few days later. We have some nagging questions that begin to be answered and will bring freedom to our formerly anxious hearts. We will know something true. We won't be fussy or fuzzy for long like we are with Venus in Virgo. Because Libra is a cardinal sign and Venus is own, we are bound for beautiful forward motion. And liminal space, mutable energy like the last full moon in Pisces or this Venus in Virgo transit, it can be tough to stay in. There is a deep desire to begin something new even before the old thing has ended. Change is hard. And that's why patience is key. This new moon in Libra relates to both malefics, or both potential problem areas, by trine. It flows. It isn't challenged by the malefics Mars in Gemini or Saturn in Aquarius. It's rather in accord with and contains an understanding of their goals. With all this action in air signs where the malefic action will be until March 2023. So no malefics in any other signs until March of 2023. It is Gemini and Aquarius. So while that's happening, we will have a lot on our minds and in our email inboxes. And on the to-do list, communication and relation are the name of the game for these coming months. And the new moon in Libra is a great time to begin to plant the seeds of doing that better. How do we more clearly communicate ourselves to our partners and family? And what do we need to feel understood? What are our partners' love languages? How do we make our friends feel cherished? What does it mean in this day and age to be loving in online communication, say, or by text? What does balance look like in our relationships? How much should I text? What boundaries keep everybody safe? Shoot, how often should I check my texts from other people? You get it. Libra is, above all, the loving Venus's relational sign. The scales are dual. The beautiful creativity of life itself calls for two. We are social creatures. So perhaps spend this new moon in Libra with someone or someones. Inevitably, the themes of the next 2 weeks of this lunar cycle will emerge in your interactions. So keep a cool head, pure intention. Venus in Libra and Venus in Virgo are both good at pure intention. And take note of the topics that arise in conversation. Remember, astrology is founded upon the principle that randomness does not exist. So whatever arrives in your mind, jumps out of others' mouths, or gets printed in the media you read, it's significant if you can just see the pattern well enough to work with it and learn from it. A new moon in Libra Decan 1 trine both malefics is just begging us to work with it, to do right by those we care about and give our earnest best efforts, to use our obstacles as our teachers and work with our issues, not against them. It's okay to learn. It's not a weakness to realize you can do better. It's okay to have unsolved problems, the occasional emotional outburst, to tell little white lies, to spare feelings, to make up an excuse or flake on, but this new moon is going to have us meditating on exactly how it is that we bring ourselves into greater balance, radiating that loving stability outwards through our relationships in a world of uncertainties, alchemizing our anxieties into better possibilities, reconfiguring our disordered relationships, witnessing and altering negative habits and patterns. What things do we need to change going forward, or at least be mindful of? Libra is about the beauty of ideas and the living embodiment of their expression. And the idea that one can keep improving the way one relates is moving in its possibility and truly gorgeous in its lifelong execution. Balance, Libra's symbol and ideal, is forever a moving target that we must strive for. So how will your new moon mood be on balance, you ask? Let's tip into this new moon's meaning for each sign. This cycle, I am going to try the horoscopes as affirmations. Very Libran. Let's try it. To repeat myself, I like to use rising signs. They give the best horoscope of lived experience, but sun and moon signs can be used as well. Use astro.com or your favorite app to cast your chart using your exact birth time. Now, this new moon in Libra cycle for all 12 signs as affirmations. Aries. I myself come alive in the magic of partnership. Taurus. As I care for my body, I nourish my soul. Gemini. My joy lives through and beyond me. Cancer. I can bring my peace from the inside out. Leo. My truest expression is a sacred offering. Virgo. What I have and who I am are shared. Libra. Self-knowledge allows me to know others. Scorpio. My spiritual balance has physical expression. Sagittarius. I create my life with the people I spend it with. Capricorn. I remain as true to myself in public as I am in private. Aquarius. I am open to inspiration in any form or environment. Pisces. As I am intimate with others, I become more aware of myself. And that's it for our horoscopes for all 12 signs. So let's take a quick break for a potential word from our sponsors.
You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
And we are back. Now we will transition from the new moon and lunar cycle to my top 3 planetary transits to track between now and the full moon. Number 1. Venus enters Libra on Thursday, September 29th at 2:45 a.m. Central Standard Time until October 23rd of this year. One good turn deserves another, And so the lunar cycle following the new moon in Libra deserves a nice, juicy Venus in Libra transit. Our lunation's ruler Venus is about to get an upgrade. From her fall in Virgo to her palace in Libra, a transition that happens for her every go around the zodiac, as she goes from the 6th to the 7th sign, and speaks to the journey that love and ascetic development can take. On the wings of our fall is our flight, and with Venus entering Libra, let us spread our wings and ride this cardinal air current to destinations previously wished for. If the topic of this podcast, the new moon in Libra, that mood of balance and relational communication, has you anxious or emotionally stressed at present, a Venus in Virgo quality, as I mentioned, know that relief is in sight. There will be beauty in your life while Venus is in Libra. There will be beauty in everyone's lives. We as a society may find more accord and harmony, de-escalation and peacemaking. We as people may simply take more pleasure in conversations and daily interactions. And Venus in Libra is an interactive woman. When this transit is in effect, expect yourself to be a bit more social and focused on relationship, friendship, and general contact with the minds of others, whether they be in the flesh, online, in a book, or via any other media. The sun is also in Libra while Venus the Queen is in her castle. She is often combust or close enough to the sun for the sun to be burning in his heat, which may mean that perhaps your intellectual enjoyment is taking a backseat to some other familial, work-related, or partner-related issue that remains ongoing. With combustion, it's hard to experience a planet's energy when the sun's brightness is dominating the energetic experience and effect. And the sun, well, the sun is in its own fall in Libra. Not ideal. It messes with this normally unmessy transit of Venus through Libra. This Venus in Libra isn't as powerful as she could be during this time, but on October 22nd, she catches up to the sun and spends a few glorious hours in his heart, a blessed and supercharged space within a fraction of a degree of conjunction. So if you're a mark your calendar person, save that date, Saturday, October 22nd from 3 p.m. that day to 3 a.m. that night. Plan whatever it is with another person that you wish to go well. This will happen in the final degree of Libra, though, this Venus Cazimi, so get ready. Soon she heads to Scorpio, the next sign, and steps down into the basement of her detriment there. Powerful and potent will be the end of this Venus transit through Libra. And with Mercury perfectly trine Saturn, literally to the degree and degree minute at points, during this, know that there is some meaningful punctuation to the Mercury retrograde story and this year's Libra story in general. They may be grave words or serious commitment or a contract signing that occurs there around this time. Late October should be a doozy. Important relationship stories this astrology reiterates. So while Venus is in Libra during this transit, take it up a pleasure octave into a place beyond reproach. Cherish your people. Take in art. Go to beautiful places. Make music. Handwrite meaningful mail. Read classic treasures. Attend a local play. Appreciate indie cinema. Dine at the latest restaurant in town. Write your own poetry. Visit a museum. Yeah, you get it. This is a time for higher order experiences and the mentally enriching enjoyments. They are what the season calls for, and the antidote to potential Venus and Libra pitfalls of overmuch socializing, meaningless partying, distracting shopping, and scrolling Instagram in general. I can't emphasize how much we should all take this time to call peace and inspiration into our lives, knowing it's likely and nigh inevitable that our peace and passionate pursuit will be challenged. Regardless, Venus in Libra is a welcome transit that we can lean into for satisfying forward motion within the spaces we love the most. And that is always a good thing. Second transit. Mercury stations direct on Sunday, October 2nd at 4:07 a.m. Central Standard Time at 24 degrees of Virgo. And look, our Libra story doesn't end. Though Mercury is stationing direct in Virgo opposite to dreamy and boundaryless Neptune, Mercury began its retrograde in Libra, and we are about to complete the third of 3 passes of every point within the set of retrograde degrees. And as the aphorism goes, the third time is a charm. And it's an idiom for a reason. The third pass of any retrograde planet, or previously retrograde planet, over a place in the zodiac brings completion to the story after its direct station, or the archetypical themes of that area of the retrograde. With Mercury's retrogrades, which happen much more frequently than any other planet, several times a year in fact, the story concept becomes more literal, and the third pass, the direct station, brings not a climax, but typically an integrative denouement to the arc of events that has been transpiring in life, even if the arc hasn't been apparent up until that third go. That's the nature of retrogrades. And Mercury direct stations, especially those occurring trine that deeply potent and powerful rebirther, Pluto, trine that tiny planet, tend to bring realization, a clear understanding of trajectory, and the necessary information to light in order to bring it all to fruition. With Mercury stationing in late earthy Virgo and Pluto lingering in the final degrees of Capricorn, expect some excavation, if you will. Some unearthing of the solution that may even have been totally unforeseen until this moment. Pluto is the kingmaker, remember, and the soul taker. He moves and shakes the power of hidden things in the shadows. There may be some interesting hidden knowledge arising where you least expect it. And like I said, Mercury is stationing direct opposite to Neptune, so this shit might get weird. Be prepared for bizarre revelations and a little bit of confusion while coming into that clear understanding of the situation we were just speaking of. Neptune blurs lines and merges without hesitation. That planet of the sea of all potential, Neptune, is the origin of truth, stranger than fiction. Neptune can dole out fame and it can bestow infamy. So perhaps look for some of that to be coming to the fore as Mercury makes its way out of Virgo. Mercury isn't just talking to Neptune and Pluto during its last pass through Virgo this year. It's also stationing direct while aspecting personal malefic Mars by a square from 20 degrees of Gemini, which is earlier in zodiacal order, so an overcoming square. The square doesn't come to completion, as Mars will go retrograde in Gemini later on October 30th, and is already slowing way down here in September, so it never catches Mercury for the full tension of the square. Though we are likely to feel this itchy mind-nagging thoughts thing for days, distractions will abound, especially since Mars is in Gemini. Yes, the Mercury direct station loosely square Mars gives us a whiff of the issues likely to emerge in late October as Saturn, our other malefic planet, goes direct just a week before, on October 22nd. Lots of buzzy air sign energy, lots to relate, and perhaps many social problems to solve. Lots of connection required for the big transitions we should expect between now and the next equinox, the vernal equinox in March. So pay attention. Make the most of this third pass and use Mercury in Virgo and Libra to take some good mental notes to reference next month. You'll be glad you prepared for the philosophical and social issues more than bound to arise, both in our personal lives and across the globe. Third transit. Pluto stations direct on Saturday, October 8th at 2:53 p.m. Central Standard Time at 26 degrees of Capricorn, just 24 hours or so before the full moon in Aries, which is on Sunday afternoon, October 9th. More forward-moving energy. We like to see it right before the next lunation. especially coming just a week after Mercury's direct station trine our shadowy small planet Pluto, god of the underworld, whose Greek analog is Hades, the one who rules over the souls of the dead and the arbiter of all allowable rebirth. What does Pluto really act like in astrology, and what does it mean for it to station direct? Well, though I am a Hellenistic astrologer by training, I have, through my own experience, decided that our transpersonal planets, those outer planets of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they simply augment the richness and fullness of the astrological picture and pattern when they're witnessed and kept track of. That information is additive, even if not so directly personally affecting as our inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, for example. So back to Pluto. Pluto is somewhat of a controversy among astronomers, right? That debate, is Pluto a planet? And it would be. Pluto is the power of the unknown and unborn, the unseen. It's the dark matter that underlies our physical model of the universe, but yet has gone undetected and cannot be isolated. Pluto is the force that takes life and the unfathomable why of it all. Pluto is the one who takes us through the dark nights of our soul into transformation. It gives wings to the phoenix. It also makes large the small, giving power like that of David in his fight against Goliath. It is murky, that hand of destiny that dashes hopes and gives meteoric rise. As Pluto stations direct in Capricorn, social malefic Saturn's yin sign, expect tables to turn, power to change hands, the deck to be reshuffled to an extent, new stars to rise, others to fall, the emergence of heroes and the toppling of villains, or vice versa. Pluto's machinations and plans are forever mysterious, but given that Pluto is in an Earth sign in Capricorn, expect that direct station and any shift of Pluto to be materially felt. When Earth moves, we know about it. And Pluto is going to zoom, relatively speaking, through the end of Capricorn, entering Aquarius next March, where it will stay for the next 2 decades, the next 20 years. And this happens on 3/23/23. Yes, the dates of its movements can get trippy with their fun and symbolism. For example, Pluto is in Capricorn now, right? Where it's stationing direct, late Capricorn, where it has been since January of 2008. That's right, 2008. Infamous. I'm telling you, its movements are of great consequence and are typically steeped in lore. And in this case, we'll find out soon the full meaning of Pluto's time in Capricorn. I think that's part of Mercury and Pluto's sort of synchronized direct stations aspecting each other. When Pluto stations direct at 26 degrees Capricorn, Mercury will be at 27 Virgo. The trine I mentioned, that's a pretty bang-on trine. A flow of energy right there. Expect psychopomp, blast from the past, stuff resurfacing, or maybe your deepest wish or greatest nightmare. This is Pluto. And modern astrologers will tell you that Pluto rules or is at home in Scorpio, personal malefic Mars' yin water sign. Well, Mars exalts or does its best work in Capricorn, where Pluto is, so expect some stuff to happen. And when it does, do like a Scorpio. Wait for the opportune moment. Take your negative feedback and shift your strategy to encompass it. Get better, develop your grit. Honor that grit of the epic hero's journey that we're all taking. But don't give up, don't wimp out. And if fate deals you a weird hand, well, know you will play it because it's yours. And with that somehow, again, slightly ominous ending, I will move on and summarize the upcoming quality of time for y'all. So the next couple of weeks, this lunar cycle will be revelatory, social, compelling, intriguing, and enlightening. Let those words be a simple guide, and let's move into the do's and don'ts for this lunar cycle. Do open yourself up to feedback, interaction, and criticism that will help you grow. That's a healthy attitude. Don't take the blame for what is not your fault or subject yourself to verbal violence from your people. That is an unhealthy pattern. Do. Hold your hopeful visions and beliefs about the possibility for a better future high. Trust good things are coming. Don't. Get caught up with pie in the sky or fantastical plans with no real potential for fruition. Distractions can abound. Do. Enjoy the social buzz and connect with people in meaningful ways. We can learn from anyone. Don't. Take others' opinions too much to heart or change yourself to fit the situation. Be you, gladly. And that wraps up this new moon in Libra edition of the show. Stay balanced well and into your positive routines as we all tread through the next 2 weeks of this lunar cycle. That's it for this episode, folks. Meet me here every full and new moon for more cosmic wisdom. For now, you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Ruth Tate and at Text Astrology, or between the pages of my book, Meditations on Being, available on Amazon and wherever else you purchase books.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life.